I'm not a college basketball person, but the first 2 days of the tournament are the most.
Yes. It's 10 o'clock. That means we're on the eve.
I'm going into this thing blind. I'm going to gamble tomorrow. I'm going to gamble on some college basketball.
I sense in the future of the Nightly Fix that as this thing keeps growing, can we people out there, we appreciate you. Can you make sure you like and subscribe Foolish Club Media? And let's get to 1,000. We've been knocking on the door of 1,000 viewers. Let's knock that one over, please, and join that. I mean, we appreciate everybody who's hung with us every single night. Well, not every single night, but Sunday to Thursday, we got you right here. You can get that info and hang out with us and hang through. And you can on YouTube, we appreciate you. You can comment and stuff as we go through. The other day that you weren't here, of course, Osita, but Serda was really trying to get some assistance on macaroni salad, and that was not coming any help from anybody.
The Hawaiian Bros macaroni salad, the greatest macaroni salad made.
Yo, for real, that actually slaps. It's really good.
Shut up.
Oh, I
promise to God, it's really good. Yeah, no bullshit. That shit's good, dude. Like I had it at some event I was working a while ago, and they were just there, and they gave it because I was there with the radio station. They were just like, "Here you go, try some free Hawaiian Bros." I was like, "Hell yeah!" So I got some of that, and that macaroni salad slaps, dude.
Oh, see, not the macaroni salad in particular. God, dog. I mean, he needed you the other night because nobody, and I mean no one, was rolling deep with him on the macaroni salad. I mean, it was.
I got your back, Serda.
Yeah, he had to pull it. He had to pull his girlfriend out to roll through, and that's fine. But no, in our future, I get the sense that this thing continues to grow the way it better, or I'll have to sell my house. I see us in the future doing this live in Vegas
for the first macaroni salad from Hawaiian Bros.
I'm game. I'll only go if I can get macaroni salad from Hawaiian Bros.
That's just a lie. I think you'll go if it's potato salad. I think you'll go if it's whatever. I think
that's true. I do enjoy a good potato salad though,
or whatever. But no, I envision that being the thing of the future. Going to Vegas and doing it. That sounds like a hell of that is a bucket list for me. First week in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the tournament in Vegas, hanging. Hell, I might place a couple of bets, and I'm not a big bet, so I appreciate that. But I am in a quandary, as we will be at Twin Peaks tomorrow doing some stuff during the tournament. And I gotta be honest, I don't like going to those places.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Damn, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
And
I've done a live radio program with you at Twin Peaks, but it wasn't the one in Texas.
No, and I have to do a lot. I'm talking the Twin Peaks, Bombshells, Hooters. What do they call them? Breast bars.
Yeah.
The ones with the ladies with the titties and the asses out. Like I I'll be honest, and listen, maybe we may lose the opportunity to have business with Twin Peaks here. I don't know, or Hooters or anything. Listen, we'd love to do business with you. I just don't feel comfortable going in there. And I'm gonna be honest. This is my feel. I am thinking the entire time, do everything not to be creepy. Like it is so much in my mind, I can't even do the show. Like I honest to God, I don't know that I would ever like just go eat there or go to those spots, unless I had for free money. Like if I got some gift cards or something, or it's for work. I don't know that I would pick those because I just feel so uncomfortable. And it's not because I don't like to look at beautiful women and I don't like to look at all this and that, but I just feel just completely uncomfortable, especially because generally 95% of the other men in there have the complete opposite mindset that I have. And they are they are in there Creepville, USA. They in there. Yeah, yeah.
The people that frequent those places all like they all have the same like look and vibe. I feel like I'm not gonna say I'm like the most like confident, composed guy going into one of those places. I've been at Twin Peaks before and been like, oh my god, like jaw on the floor, and tried to like keep it cool. But it's also like I just don't think like the food is all that good at those places. Like I just want to go somewhere where like the food's good and the atmosphere is fun. I don't really need to be horny while I'm there too.
It's like, do I have to have an erection while I'm eating? Is
that
necessary?
And I don't even think like I haven't done Bombshells alike, but Twin Peaks' food is good. It's just to me,
Hangover burger's not bad.
No, I think they got some good stuff on the item. I like the Daytona wings at Hooters. For me, it is just it's just dudes ain't doing nothing there looking just staring down titties. And not just and ass and just saying just uncomfortable just stuff like where it's just like, come on, man. Like and then they eating it up because that's how they obviously they get their tips or whatever. Like there's one that I go to. There's a dude that they call him the Candy Man. And he just be
I think that's not what
I remember that guy. I remember that dude.
I remember run into him.
Dude, we were there together. What are you talking about?
But I'm just saying he's been a staple at this particular location. And he just comes up there and he has like peanut M&Ms, Laffy Taffies, Now Laters. He has
oh my god,
like sweet tarts. He just has a whole bunch of candy, and he gives the girls candy, and they all come over there and give him hugs and put their big old sweater puppies titties in his face and stuff. And I'll just be like, this is the creepiest thing I've ever run into in my entire life. This is just weird, man. Like it's just
for me, it's not even necessarily the creep factor. Like it is messed up, right? I was literally having this conversation the other day, so it's very poignant that this is coming up right now, right? And I've had this conversation twice this week because I knew we were going to Twin Peaks this week for work. But for me, it's the dudes that are just in there tricking off money to these women. It's like those are the same dudes that go up to a bartender or go to see a bartender and they're just like, oh, hey, she called me sweetie. I think she's into me. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, it's some dudes that think they got a shot.
They really think they have a shot. And so I had this conversation with an old friend of mine, this girl named Andrea. And when I was in college,
damn, you just put Andrea right on out there.
No, she's a homie, but she's really cool chick. But when we were in college, I had these next door neighbors. There were 4 of them that all worked at Twin Peaks, and Andrea worked there at that time as well. And so I'd walk in there and we'd all be hanging out and stuff like that. And I'd get free food and just kind of kick it. And they would just tell me the horror stories of these guys that come in there day in and day out from 5 o'clock on before they, head home to their wife and kids. and they're just like thinking like, oh man, I might have a shot. Can I get your number? Like blah blah blah. You look so beautiful. Like they're at work, dog. They're at work.
No, I mean they're at work. They're at work. Like I don't understand in their heads why they believe they have a shot. I understand why they're probably shooting their shots at that establishment. They shouldn't. They don't have a prayer. And it's weird. Like for me, it is just because I can't imagine, fellas, the shit that some of them ladies hear.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like especially when they get a few down. Oh man. I bet you dudes and just pull their stuff out. Like I'm not even kidding. Like which is
and generally like any bar and restaurant, like there's always the regulars, like there's always the people that are there all the time.
The candy man.
But I can't imagine how that's amplified at a place like that, where like specifically those guys are going in there specifically to try to see specific people to be weird and creepy. like that's what it is.
And even the one even worse is, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna try to enjoy it myself. But like the ones that get me is like you talked about dudes that come in before they go to their families. The ones who roll in with their families, that's the one that gets the hell out of me. Is I know I'm not taking that's just not happening.
Yeah,
like I just
Johnny,
like
this is little Johnny. He's 9 years old. He wants to see some titties today for the first time.
But no, not even just alone. Like I know it's not just a deal like, hey, babe, where you want to go to eat? Like, hey, man, I don't want nothing too big, man. Like, I don't, sometimes you just want to go mid, right? The way Serda's talking about, the food. Like, man, sometimes you don't want to step out and go like tonight's not Capitol Grill night. Maybe I just kind of want to chill. I want to go mid.
I love a good hula hands.
Good hula hands.
What about that?
Yeah, maybe a good hula hands, maybe a good Chili's, right? If you got a 54th Street Bar and Grill, I don't know if you heard that little Gringos, a little something, something just chill, that little mid. It ain't never. Hey, boy, you want to run down to Twin Peaks? You want to take the kids down to Hooters? No, man, ain't never been that. And I'll be watching them, man. They be rolling with their wives, rolling through, and their young kids, and I just be like, dang, they just bringing them out here. That one almost gets me just as much as the Candy Man. Is a dude that just rolls through there and just gets that joint is wild to me. That is wild to me. But I'll be out there trying not to be creepy. Try not to be creepy, like just
which is good because I know your baseline. I'm sure your baseline is pretty creepy. So to kind of act away from yourself, that's kind of.
I just feel so much more comfortable at a Buffalo Wild Wings. I just do.
Or any bar and restaurant where that isn't what it's built around.
No, man, you got to walk in like, hey, you remember, shout out, rest in peace, our guy, Therese Paylor. We had to do that, Therese Paylor. We had to do the Therese Paylor show at Twin Peaks, and it was lingerie night. I thought we damn near lost Therese, and we have lost Therese, but rest in peace. But I thought Therese, I'll never forget, I posed a question. We're supposed to be talking about the Chiefs, and I said, what do you think about what the offensive line's going to do this week? My man Therese did just like this.
That boy just stuck.
I said, TP, stay with me now. He said, oh, yeah, you're right. Rest in peace. But my God, I'm just like, good gracious. I said, what in the name? Like, what is anybody supposed to do up here in the damn Twin Peaks on lingerie night? The hell came up with that number? But I'll have fun. I'll have fun. Tournament be all day, and and we'll be able to have a good time. But again, those you out there going out there, any of you, I'm afraid to see what some people are saying. Those going out there, hey, don't be just staring down these chicks. Like, don't be just staring. Don't just.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to a Twin Peaks.
Look up, man. At least
go like when we were here at one for our radio station, and I was like, I just remember this like one particular girl where I was just like I was just stuck. So don't be that guy. Don't be that dude.
So your ass is creepy. So that's basically what you're saying is your ass.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I don't go to those places anymore.
No, you could help it, man. You could help it. I couldn't.
Hey, real quick, you want to hear the last time? Well, the last time I was just like, you know what, this is really not for me. I went to Bombshells the day that I think it was draft day for the Texans, and so I had some layover time between like starting the shift and ending the shift, and so we went to Bombshells in between, right? There were several, not just one, not two, but several pregnant women working there. And I was just like, oh, this is not the place for me. And then they all came out and sang somebody happy birthday. And like 3 or 4 of them kind of came in a row, like little ducks in a row up to this guy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, I was just like, who's his or like your baby's? What's going on here, man?
You've never, I ain't gonna, you know what? I ain't gonna say this as if this is a normalcy, but I think I've run into pregnant ladies at the strip.
Oh,
I think I think I have seen a pregnant lady at the strip, and I definitely know I had an encounter with a lady who had, I believe, a torn meniscus, and she had.
She's walking around in an air cast.
No, it was she had a wrap that started like, upper thigh, and she had it run all the way down, and she had a mean limp. This is Nashville, Tennessee. She had like an ace bandage wrap that ran from, I'd say, low Achilles all the way up to just the upper hamstring. And it was, and she was limping, and she rolled over, and I said, damn. And I was telling them, I said, look at this girl. I mean, you talk about playing hurt. And I went over, she came over, and she was like, do y'all want to dance? And I was like, are you okay? I was like, you need to night out. She said, I promise to God, she said, hey man, it's Christmas time.
Oh,
I gotta get out here and get paid. It's Christmas time. And I told her, I said, here, go ahead. Here's 15. I don't need to dance, but go ahead. Here's 15. You go ahead. Do your thing. Cause you might get taken out of commission for a dance. Cause like, I'm just like, what is she gonna do? Do the catcher thing with her leg? Like cause I asked her, I said, what's your injury? She said, torn meniscus. And I said, damn, man, somebody else give her $15, $20 for that damn dance.
I want to know how she tore her meniscus though.
You know what? I did not go to the point to see how it happened. Yeah, I had it. We will not get to how that lady tore her meniscus. I don't know how that is. We will get to at some point. Big O's heat check is a good one tonight. Like how you rate the heat check tonight?
Like I've said before, what I find crazy and what you find crazy are two different things. I feel like it's going to be tame, but I've seen your blood pressure rise from some of the things I've said.
I'm just I'm just trying to get an understanding here. Like, we're all new here and we're all wondering, and you never know.
I'm going to give it a 6. I'll give it a 6.
Okay,
6 out of 10.
That's probably an 8 for me. So we'll get there at some point. All right. I wanted to throw this out to you, and you all can comment we are on YouTube. Like and subscribe, please. As always, we apparently are still, and I obviously this may even go past sports, but we are still in the business of quarterbacks have to have a personality box. Like, and a lot of this as the draft is coming and the stuff with and you could see this coming a mile away. We talked about Shedeur yesterday a little bit, but you could see it coming a mile away. And it's been reported from some of the visits that one of the quarterback coaches in the league, of course, he ain't going to put his name on it, came out there and said that reportedly he has a problem. He says Shedeur, and this is somebody who is within the first 7 picks, fellas, says Shedeur came off as brash and arrogant. And then also said reportedly that this coach has that he'll have a problem with culture, or this coach, has a problem with culture of college athletes with big personalities who've already had financial success. Like, you remember, and there was, and I'll be honest with you, I'm guilty of it. I used to kind of push this deal of, hey man, I like my defensive end and my linebacker, my receiver to act a little different than my quarterback. But we used to put the quarterback in a certain box because we want the like the quarterback should have a different personality, or the personality of the quarterback matters so much so that it has to be different than anybody else, because a leader has to have a certain personality. Like, a leader can't have a personality that, as this guy says, brash or arrogant or too big of a personality to be a leader. It's been driven of, we want our guys to be Peyton Manning. We want our guys to be, I'd say Patrick Mahomes. Our guy has to be this and that. And like, this seems to be acting like it's taking a hit on Shedeur. Should we be out of the box? Should we be and this is where I want to start with this and pose this out. Either one of you can jump this. Should we be in a place where a quarterback can have any kind of personality and not get dinged for it? Should we be in that space right now that, yeah, man, a quarterback can be arrogant or overly confident or can act the way that a receiver, whatever? Or do you think that you still feel like a quarterback who is, quote unquote, the leader of the team or a leadership position should have a certain personality?
I mean, it's just a constant thing. Like, I feel like this isn't really all that different from anything that we've ever gone through before, like with athletes and any sport. But it's always, and especially ahead of draft classes, where all these players, everything about their lives is being combed over, every aspect of their character, their personal lives, who they hang out with, how they act off the football field, everything they do is constantly being combed over, because these teams and these franchises look at them as investments, and it's not actually about all the time what they can do on the field. That's a huge part of it, but it's also just like, they're an investment for these people. And so they comb through their stuff. And then, especially in the NFL, this has all become this just massive, massive media cycle that goes year round, even when we're not playing football games. It's just 365 days a year now. And then the NFL draft comes around, and we do this every year with these kids. Now, Shedeur is a different kind of animal because of Dion and because of who his father is and because of how he is brought up and how it's like in his blood and in his family. But I don't think it's that far off from anything that we've ever seen before from other guys. It's annoying that we're still doing this. It's frustrating because it's like, can we just get them on the field? Like, because there's been plenty of guys that had character concerns that were totally fine in the NFL. There's plenty of guys who had no character concerns coming in the NFL who wound up flaming out because they couldn't keep themselves together when they were rich and famous athletes. Like, none of these are red flags about what Shedeur Sanders could be in the NFL. His red flags have more to do with how he actually plays football. It doesn't have anything to do with his personality. It's just that, especially at the quarterback position, they want you to be Patrick Mahomes. They just want you to be humble, bite the bullet when your team loses. Oh, it's on me. It's on me. I got to play better. I got to do that because Mahomes is so great at all of that stuff. But there's lots of guys who aren't great at that stuff. And it's okay to be that. Everybody can't just be the humble Patrick Mahomes. Like,
no, but everybody shouldn't have to be.
But I love my quarterbacks having personality. Like Baker Mayfield, I wish Baker Mayfield would have been a little bit better because I loved Baker Mayfield's personality. Like I liked Joe Burrow's confidence and the things that he'll go up on the podium and say, because he's way different than Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. And so it's just a dumb thing that we do every draft season with any kind of player. I don't think it's unique to Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I don't think it's unique, but I think most quarterbacks. I think what is unique is quarterbacks coming out and just saying, "F it, this is who I'm gonna be." I think most of them try to act and put themselves in a position of that, and I can see, and I know, like Osita, I know you're not as deep into the quarterback play or how people are viewed. But did that sound crazy to you when Serda said that it is a character flaw for your personality? Isn't that insane? The thought that, and I'm not saying that what you said is wrong, Serda, but it is. It is thought that his personality is a flaw. And that's what it's been for a long time. I think and it's only because that is the leadership position that we do that. Because that, whatever he is, could be that at a different position. But why are we still in a thought process where we feel a leader can't be brash or a leader can't have a certain personality? I would imagine there are great leaders in anything that have different personalities.
I think that because it's football specifically, right? And we're talking about QB specifically, I feel like a leadership position, to be able to be brash and arrogant, should be earned. And so I think that when you're talking about like these young cats coming in from college, coming into the draft, this is kind of new territory with this whole like NIL deal. Before, kids were coming in broke, hungry, really, really, really wanting to make it into the NFL. Now they might already have some sponsorships that they're kind of looking at like, well, I mean, I need this, I want this, but like, do I really need it? You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of cats are going to come into this a little bit different than they have in the past.
Oh, no, absolutely. And I think that adds to it. And I think Serda was making that case. Not only does Shedeur have the NIL part of it, but he's been Deion Sanders' kid his whole life. So he is going, he has a certain level of confidence, and he has been, groomed to play in this spot. I just think the part that I'm trying to get to is sports or football going to be the last place where a personality, like your personality trait, the type of personality you are, is shunned? Like you can't be this if you're going to play this position, when it's silly. Like everyone is different. Like for a while, you couldn't approach things the way that Lamar Jackson approaches things. You generally didn't want your quarterback to kind of talk or approach or do the things but it works. He's a 2-time MVP. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Like that's not traditionally how people are comfortable about their quarterbacks. And I don't want to just make this, and I hope it doesn't come out just like a black thing with Lamar. I'm just talking about the whole way that Lamar carries himself, right? He doesn't carry himself like even Mahomes. He doesn't carry himself like CJ Stroud. And I'm using other black guys on purpose, so this isn't just come off like a race thing, but just the way he is not traditionally how you want it. And I'm like, well, hell, let him be. Let him go.
Yeah. I think Lamar wears it on his sleeve a lot more than like Mahomes and CJ Stroud do. Mahomes and CJ Stroud feel much more like guys who were brought up in like athlete homes and people who were connected in like sports and stuff like that, and who were spending time around lots of like wealthy youth sports programs and things like that. Like they carry themselves like that. They know how to navigate that kind of stuff. And like Lamar is, I think Lamar is also like soft spoken. Like Lamar is who he is, but Lamar's also not like loud and brash the way that people are trying to make Shedeur Sanders out to be. And I think it's also part of it is just like some of it is Dion. Like some of it's not even on Shedeur. Like there's been instances of him being like, oh, like, maybe you don't love his answer there. Maybe he's doing this or doing that. But like the early stuff at Colorado was mostly Dion. It wasn't even Shedeur. It was Dion running players out or Dion running kids out of the school that he was like, sorry, you're garbage. I don't.
Yeah, but you can see how this kid has lived under his roof forever, and you can see how when he goes to interview with teams, how that might ride, right? Like I think he should be able to be whoever his personality is, and still have the chance to be like a leader. It's just like, and I know you guys are music and bands. It's just like saying, hey man, every front man of a band has to have a certain personality. Well, that's not the truth. Like, I'm going to try it here. David Lee Roth is a completely different personality as Kurt Cobain, but they're both great frontmen, right? Like everybody should have the chance to be whatever your personality is and have a chance to do it the way that you are and not try to be forced to say, oh man, I don't know, man. There's just a little too much confidence there for me. I don't know that I feel that way. That's not. I feel like it's just a thing that we have done with that position that is just old school and silly at this point.
Well, it's just like looking for an archetype, I guess, that has worked in the past. And I feel like with changing times and stuff like that, you can't necessarily continue to use that archetype as like your mold for what might make a good quarterback.
Could you imagine though? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that moving
too cocky and too confident though? I would say yeah. If you haven't necessarily proved yourself yet, why are you acting like why Lamar Jackson can act like Lamar Jackson because he is who he is. And like you said, he's a 2-time MVP. This kid, yeah, he's a Nepo baby, for lack of a better term. But I don't want to, man, how should I say this?
But listen, Shedeur ain't walking in there knocking all the shit off the table and saying, hey, damn it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what the fuck I'm gonna do here today, baby. Putting his feet up on the table. Yeah, you're right. Not even his feet, man. Just putting his thing on the table. This is what we gonna do. Like, no, I think there's an air of confidence that he brings to the table that is just like, come on, man. Like, stop trying to put people in a certain box. Quit trying to just make people have to be this. You got to be this personality to ride. Like I was going to say, could you imagine if, all right, man, Nirvana really went off. So everybody moving forward, that's the archetype. Be Kurt Cobain. Just don't kill yourself. Right.
That's what they did for a while, though. That's kind of what happened. A whole movement started on that called grunge. You know what I mean?
I know it's grunge, but Eddie Vedder wasn't him. Like, he was
tortured artist. Like, people. Look, man, archetypes. People use archetypes because I guess they're comfortable with them and they kind of know what to expect with them. Should they? Probably not. Will they continue to? Probably so. Are there people that break that mold all the time? Definitely do.
It borders on
one. I don't know. I have no clue.
It borders on becoming a character flaw, as Serda said at the beginning, and I think that is craziness to me as a all right, man. His personality is. Man, that's a character flaw. The way that, like, his confidence. It's too much. Tame it. It's a character flaw.
It's always like sports fans only love confidence when it's
You're
a
winning.
guy that's on their team, and when you're winning, like when you're not winning, it's he's locker room cancer and he's arrogant. Nobody likes him. That's why they can't win football games or whatever. Like it just goes both ways. But all of these dudes are confident. It's just most people don't like it when you're confident and loud about it. Like that's why I respect the hell out of Joe Burrow. I think the Bengals are going to be bad next season, and I get frustrated that the Chiefs struggle with the Cincinnati Bengals every single year. But Joe Burrow's confidence is something that I admire in quarterbacks because you don't see most of them act that way when Joe Burrow takes the podium.
All right, let's get spicy a little bit. All right. He said he's
You
a
sure you're
6, man. I'm just saying you're at a
sure
6.
you're
I'm just trying to gauge it. I'm just trying to get prepared and ready for it every night. Big O's heat check.
All right, guys. So for tonight's heat check, I want to have a quick callback to a conversation we had yesterday. We were talking about how Kanye West, I guess, said some slanderous things, some salacious things,
I guess,
towards the Queen Bee, and I think that's where I have a problem, man. I don't necessarily get the hype of Beyonce, man. I don't get it. I don't understand why people like her so much. Her music is good. Her voice is beautiful. She's obviously a beautiful woman. She's an amazing, amazing singer, actress. I'm sure she's a great mother, all these things. I just don't necessarily see what all the hype is about. I feel like people worship her just for the sake of worshiping her.
Oh.
And I just, I bring this, I don't want to just bring up some random pop stuff and not, tie it to things that are more relatable. It's kind of how I feel about LeBron James. I don't get it. I don't get the hype. They're like, oh, GOAT, he's the greatest of all time. He's better than Michael Jordan. He's got one more ring till that. And what does that even have to, what for what? Does he have to be the greatest of all time? Is he the greatest for did he do some great things? Yeah, he did some amazing things. Is he the greatest? I don't know.
I'm
Thoughts and concerns,
I'm gonna Ron take this thing.
Fire. Bom, bom, bom.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the LeBron part of it because I completely feel like you're goading me, and people answer. Maybe you agree with him. What is the hype with Beyonce? Is what was just said here. I guess I would like to respond with a question myself to your crazy ass for this. Because you said in that, what is the hype? Yes, she's attractive. Yes, she can sing and she's put out good music. But what is it that puts her up to the level and why is she worshipped? I guess I would wonder to you, who is it out there that you feel like should be at that level that she's in, but isn't, that you think, because I'm trying to figure out who you look at and say, man, this person here should be praised, and this person has this talent, and this person should be on the level of Beyonce. Like, who is it that you think is in that space? Because I don't understand. Like, it seems like you got an issue against just pure greatness. But what you just said with Beyonce and LeBron, I don't know. Because I put it to you like this. Hey, do I bang Taylor Swift? No, hell no. Right? I ain't got take.
Not a Swiftie?
Not a Swiftie. My daughter loves
it.
Me either, but I can respect what she does.
But I can look at it and see, damn, I can see how she connects with people. Okay, I can see the talent. Okay, she has done country shit, and she has done some stuff with Future, and that caught me off guard that I didn't know she had in her lane. And she does the pop thing, and I can see why she is one of the best artists of our time. I'm trying to figure out how the hell you come up and look at Beyonce and say to yourself,
And
what's up? What's all the hype with Beyonce? She
can
is
I
literally. No, I'm not done.
can I have my perspective on this? Because
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
I feel like
can I just get one more thing off? She is
Just
like Beyonce. Like Beyonce right now, to me, is the best just performer. Just if we got to do something live, like across any genres, I'm telling you, Garth Brooks, I've seen could do a live event that was special. I'm going all kinds of genres. Justin Timberlake, fantastic live. She's the best live right now. Everything she can put there. I've seen her multiple times. She is the best live. I don't understand how you could even form your smoking lips to say what's up with all the hype. That one blows me away.
So
all right.
I will say,
what in the hell?
it doesn't have to be about music or achievements. I think sometimes, especially in music, much more so than like anything else. Like even I think than like movies and television. Like sometimes there's people that just transcend everything and become icons, and I think Beyonce is just an icon. Like similarly, like Madonna is an icon, like maybe not to our generation, but to the generation before us, Madonna was as big as it got. Like Madonna transcended everything in music when Madonna came onto the scene. And there's very few people that managed to do that. And I think Beyonce is one of those people who has managed to do that. Whether or not you love everything that she does, I think she's just simply an icon who is transcended. Like it's not just about musical talent. It's not just about being a performer. It's not just about being a movie star, being a mogul, being an influencer, being somebody who creates opportunities for like other Black people and whatever. Like she is just an icon, and she is up there because she is that icon now. And so I think she's transcended all of the stuff, like all of the, like we talk about like Kanye and or not Kanye, Kendrick and Drake and stuff like that. Beyonce's transcended all of that stuff. So like Beyonce doesn't give a damn that Kanye tweeted about her or whatever, because Beyonce is way past all of that stuff.
I think she gives a damn. I think she gives a damn about what Kanye West tweeted about her children. I do, but I get what you're saying.
All right. So now that you guys are done, all right. You said the names Taylor Swift, right? You said the names Madonna. Let's just take those two.
Those are
yes, they're icons. No, chill. Yes, they're icons. But how do they get to the iconic status? Right? Through great performances, great songs. These are all things that I feel they've had extreme. They have all these background characters that do all these things for them. I hear people talk about Taylor Swift and her marketing. Oh, this is genius marketing. You think she thought that up? You say Beyonce has great performances. You think she came up with the choreography?
Yeah, but they put good people around them.
They have amazing songs. They have amazing songs. Do you think she wrote most of those lyrics, or any of them for that matter?
She has written some lyrics, yes.
I'm sure she's written some of them.
I don't disagree with you on this stuff, but now we're getting into like semantics.
But but that's where I'm looking at. If you're asking me who I think is better, in all honesty, I like Solange. I love all of
Solange Knowles. You like Solange better than her sister?
That's why I thought about this today, because I was listening to Solange today, and I was like, man, she is so good. She should be where her sister is.
Maybe she didn't want to be.
Her music is amazing.
Tell me Beyonce wouldn't have given her the resources if that's where she wanted to be.
Why do you think she's not? Why do you think she doesn't connect? Why do you think her music doesn't connect the same way? I just want to specify this. You believe you prefer Solange over
Yes.
Beyonce, right?
Most definitely. Yeah. Let's get that on, put it on paper. It's out
Are
there for
you-
the internet.
Are you no? Hell, that's your preference. That I'm not gonna kill you for that. But you do understand that, like you would agree though, Beyonce is more talented than Solange.
No.
Okay, so then that's
No.
insane. I like she's
Better
not a
voice,
performer.
better voice, better lyrics, better overall
Um,
albums, in my
I don't know
opinion.
if I've heard any of
This
Solange.
Better
is it,
overall
like,
albums, in my opinion.
These are
Go and listen to some Solange Knowles tonight, and you'll be like, "Damn, that girl's good."
I know.
Damn, that
I
girl's
have
great.
Solange. There's not that she doesn't have anything that touches lemonade. That is like I can understand Solange. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like again, you're like I would so everything you're saying. Who for you fits the bill of what you're talking about? Right, like not even argue. You put a Solange in that spot. That's crazy talk. Who for you fits the bill of this is an iconic artist that hasn't had, as you said, help from other things behind them? Because I guess what you're saying is we flushed Michael Jackson down the drain because he had Quincy and somebody else.
Hey, he did have
somebody else doing
relevant.
choreography for his performances. Like, who is it? What, Prince? I hope Prince, who plays his own. I hope he is somebody who stands for you. I'm serious. Who are artists that you feel fit what you're talking about that don't have enough, I guess, assistance from behind? Because Bruce Springsteen is okay. So the Roots, none of that stuff.
What? So you said okay, right?
I said
right?
no. I said okay. So the Roots, none of that. Did
they do any of the writing? Did they do any of the lyrical writing?
No, they come up with the music. You think they came up with the music? Who came up with those beats and the music to go behind Lauryn Hill? Did she? Come on, man. Everybody's got some help.
I don't know how I feel about her country song, but I feel like Chaperone is like having a very real moment.
I just like
I would say Chaperone. I like Chaperone. Even Charlie XCX. You know what I mean?
Like I am not.
She's cool.
I'm not gonna. There are other artists that are big time artists like that. I would prefer. Like there was a time when Britney was bigger than Christina. I preferred Christina Aguilera, but I mean, I wasn't gonna sit there and say like I can't understand.
They were on the same playing field though.
Nah,
Britney was bigger. Britney was bigger there for a time,
but they were like on a similar playing field when they were.
Yeah, but it's just like the Solange thing. That is books right there, man.
Hey, man.
I mean,
it's my
man took out a pointer finger and said she's got better voice. like this was this was agreed upon. Hey,
I mean,
LeBron.
Hey.
Like LeBron's got the most points. He's got more. You had factual that she has a better voice.
She does have a better voice, man. Go listen to it. Go listen to it without thinking about like, oh, I love Beyonce. Just listen to it bar for bar.
She's put out better albums, is what this Joker said.
She has.
That is just it is wild. It is wild. All right.
It's my hot take. Subjective.
No,
subjective.
that was a heat check for that ass, is what that was. That was fantastic right there. That was what the Nightly Fix is all about, right there. Yeah, I am caught off guard. I'm caught off guard by that thing there. Yeah. I'm with you. Go ahead. Do your thing, man.
That was a 6, man. That was a 6.
No, that was good, man. That was good. Wow. Okay. Every night, right there. Osita, big Osita, doing his thing right there for the heat check there as we continue to roll on. Hey, Serda, if you could pick anybody on, they're doing the quarterback too again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, the list of quarterbacks is not doing it for me. Like, honest to God, like
Kirk Cousins getting a nod again is insane. They just couldn't find anybody to agree to it.
Clearly. And I loved Kirk Cousins on the first one. Like the first time, it made me more into Kirk Cousins and his family because Kirk Cousins was acting just as cheap as I was, and he made millions. But Burrow, Goff, and Cousins is there's a part of me that thinks to themselves, and if y'all couldn't find a quarterback of color in the middle of this thing, then maybe y'all should have just waited it out and did tight ends again, or something else. But like Joe may be interesting. I just like this trio doesn't really turn me on that much. I'll probably watch it. Like I think Jared Goff's gonna be boring as hell. And then I've seen the Kirk Cousins thing already. If you could have picked one quarterback, who would you go with?
Tua Tagovailoa to talk about his head trauma and how it's impacting his day-to-day life.
That's what you want. What is wrong with you? Why are you laughing while you're saying that? What? Hold on.
Because I feel like that was like a dark answer to the question, but it is like I would be curious. Like, it's Kirk Cousins. Easy, yes, sure, whatever.
No,
Kirk Cousins has made it clear that he will do whatever he can for money.
Stop. No, the only thing that made it dark was you chuckling and laughing at the fact that you want to hear him talk about his head trauma. I don't understand. Yeah. Like,
I'd like to know what was going on mid-season, Tua. Were you thinking about retiring? Because you probably should. It's obviously clear
he wasn't thinking about nothing with that injury, man.
But the Miami Dolphins are a train wreck without you, so you keep coming back and you keep suffering head injuries.
But Osita, how different does this sound? Hey, Serda, what quarterback, if you could choose, would you want to be a part of the quarterback series on Netflix? Man, I tell you, I'd like to see Tua, man, just to kind of see like how that came about him going through the head injuries and what it was like when he had the concussion, how his family was, his kids and all that. Like that would be something really to see behind the scenes, or instead of what he did.
Yeah, I probably
what I want to see is I want to see Tua go out there and talk about his head trauma, and I want to see Tua talk about what it was like to get plastered on the ground and then be doing the fencing thing when he goes up.
We've seen Tua lock up too many times.
That's a completely different feel than the way you did it. Like I'm with you. It would be interesting until it was very dark. It was weird. What are you laughing about that for? I just want to see what kind of CTE
he has.
I feel like I knew it was a dark answer, so I just laughed to try to lighten the mood instinctively, and I don't know what I don't know where I'm going sometimes, and I just let it fly.
If Tua ever gets a hold of this, I'm sure he's not. He's not laughing. It's uncontrollable. Like I think he just wants to see it. Hey man,
you know what's a good answer? What's a really good answer?
Let's say it on three. Oh no, I wouldn't.
Bryce Young. You wouldn't want to see the way Bryce Young balled out the back half of last season after getting benched. You wouldn't have wanted to see what was going on.
I want him to do his thing, man. I feel bad because everybody calls him a seventh grader, just because he's a little smaller. To me, if they'd have flung Jameis Winston right in the middle of this puppy, like if they'd have just had Jameis's ass and we get to just follow Jameis around all day long and just see.
I don't think Jameis can have anything else occupying his time besides football during the season.
That's what makes it great, right? Like that's what makes it great. If they had a camera crew following Jameis Winston for 24 hours a day,
I don't think Jameis would just be living his life. I think Jameis would just be stopping to try to like entertain the camera and try to like put on a show for the people following around. Like, no, dude, we just want to follow you around. Like, just act normal. And Jameis would constantly be trying to put on a show or something.
Yes, he would be putting on a show. I'll be honest with you, the number one person, like if I had to pick, it wouldn't be Jameis. I think it would have been funny. Like I would, and I'm not going to be morbid like Serda. Mine is more of a serious candidate too. I would want to see Deshaun on there. Like they have them at different levels of quarterback. Like the first year they had Marcus Mariota, who wasn't playing. I would like the Deshaun thing would be really interesting to me, just to
So
see.
you want to see a slow mo of the car crash happening, or like what's your deal here?
Kind of like I can't like I want to see if it is the car crash that I may think it is. Like I want it because he would try to put on whatever front he would want, but at some point, man, cameras are following you for 6 months. Like you're gonna see some of this. Like you're gonna see the crack. And I just want to see what life is like how his teammates are with him, how he is. Because the way that I envision what we've seen from Deshaun Watson here lately, like it's like him, his girl, and like his mom and a quarterback. Like that's what it feels like is in his life right now. Like that's what it feels. I would really be intrigued to see what day to day is like with Deshaun Watson. And
no, honestly, I think this is just as dark as what Steven said, man.
Yeah, but I'm not laughing.
We know, yeah. I mean, but that's even worse. That's somehow even worse. At least
it would just be him lying about everything.
It would just be Deshaun. It would just be Deshaun. We would see this car wreck happen right in front of us of this awful career, and we would just be watching it on television.
You think it would be bad? You think it would be coming away from it week after week? Like, damn.
It'd be more like so bad that it's good, so ugly that it's cute. You know what I mean?
I just think it would. I just don't think it would be authentic in any way. Like it would just all be.
But see, that's why
it would all be tailor made to try to like rehab his image in some way or something. Like I don't think any of it would actually be truthful.
So look at him stunt while he's holding back tears and shit. Like,
but again, I think with that amount of time, because he ain't gonna have control. Like with that amount of time, I think at some point parts of the real comes out. I don't like I get what you're saying, but I think at some point parts of the real comes out. There may be one of them moments, man, get these cameras away from get that like these moments where all right, let's see what that day to day is like with Deshaun. Because I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. There is a part of me wants to see it with the train wreck. Or to see if it is a train wreck.
Everybody loves a good train wreck, man.
Yeah, I am just.
You watch reality TV, you know what it is.
I don't watch a lot of it. Just saying, man.
You watch enough.
You watch, yeah. I don't watch any of it, so you watch 100% more than I do.
Yeah. Boy, you two. Like we got one guy who says I don't understand the hype of LeBron James and Beyonce and Serena Williams. And
I said nothing about Serena Williams. What is wrong with you?
Who doesn't understand the hype?
She's America's sweetheart.
Of Martin Luther King and all that. Like, and then we got another guy. We got another guy who comes to here who's too good for reality television.
I told you, I only watch good things. Like
you look like you have banged season 1 of Duck Dynasty.
I've never seen Duck Dynasty in my entire life. Only and shows like that. Only ever saw them when I would go over to friends' houses because I don't watch.
Do you count like HGTV or the Food Network as?
I don't watch things like that. I did used to watch the Food Network a little bit here and there, but I don't watch things like that anymore. I am all about stories. I like my stories. I like things that are artistic and that make me think.
Man, I think you should try it. Take a day and just HGTV. Take a day, get up, get
terrible.
Get up.
I would rather read a book for 8 straight hours than watch HGTV.
Get up, get you an hour or two, and start it with House Hunters. Maybe you could do regular and then an hour of international, and then slide over to Unsellable Houses, in the Seattle, Washington area, then try
did.
married to real estate, which is Egypt, and her husband Mike. Like, I mean, you could. I
See,
mean,
you know
could,
my name. See, you watch too much.
Oh, hell yeah!
I did go through a bar rescue phase, but that was like 10 plus years ago.
Now you cut it. Just take an HGTV day. I think you should just do. I think you should just give it a shot. Take us home, Osita.
All right, so like a cheetah stalking my prey,
Hmm.
I had to get to know every single thing about this woman. First thing I knew was that she was French.